And we're live. Welcome to the Naked Parent Podcast. My name is Chad Ratliffe. I'm your host, and we're here with Robert Lundell today, who is a dad, husband, bass player, warehouse manager from Washington, D.C. He has one son named Atticus, who has autism. He has a stepson who is 4 and a baby on the way. So congratulations, and thanks for being on the show today, Robert. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I appreciate you jumping on. I think I love when dads are on the show, and I love the, obviously for me as a dad with special needs kids, I identify a lot with dads and moms as well. But maybe you can start us off with kind of how the journey started for you. The first time you knew something was up that didn't feel like it was part of the normal, have a family deal. Mm-hmm. Like, what was that first thing that you might have seen?
Well, so Atticus's mother, her brother is autistic, and she helped raise him. And, she pretty much knew all the signs. Like when he turned 1, he wasn't stacking blocks. He didn't, when you spoke to him, he didn't look at you in the face. He didn't really know his name. At first we thought that maybe he was deaf and he just wasn't, responding. But Atticus loves Depeche Mode. He loves The Cure. He loves Pink Floyd. So I knew that he wasn't deaf, because his eyes would perk up, his ears would perk up, and still to this day, he loves all of those bands.
Awesome. That's so cool. I live, I think the lead singer for Depeche Mode lives in Santa Barbara. Not that means anything, but
I'm really jealous.
Santa Barbara. So is Washington, D.C., it's cold right now? It's warm?
It's about 81 right now.
Oh, so it's warm. So this is the nice time of year, right?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, July, August is when it really gets hot.
Got it.
For the most part, it's home to me. I don't know any other place.
Hey, I'm really sorry. My whole computer just went down.
That's all good.
My bad. So you're kind of most people don't have any idea what to look for when they're when certain developmental stages are being missed. So you had a knowledge, and the mom knew something was up. And so what was the first thing you did? Did you race out to get a diagnosis, or did you just keep going with life?
Well, I instantly went into denial, as I think a lot of parents do, just because I didn't understand it. And I just thought that maybe he just does things on his own, and when it comes around, it'll come around. So we took him for his first year checkup, and they weren't too sure. They're like, he's still kind of young, but we'll run some tests and, see where he's at.
Right. Yeah. So, and then how long did the denial last? Or still dealing with it?
For me, no, I'm not dealing with it anymore. It took about 3 weeks. I mean, it was heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I totally feel you with that one. So is there something that share one of the worst moments along the journey just to kind of put things in perspective? Is there a particular moment or situation that stands out that was just a really tough situation to deal with?
Well, I mean, I they're all kind of tough just because he's nonverbal still. So, figuring out what he wants, what he wants to do when he's hungry, it's usually just a big pull fest. Like he'll pull you where he wants to go, or he'll just scream at you until you figure it out. I
That's
mean,
tough.
I wouldn't say any situation was worse than others. I mean, he's pretty good in public. He's like an angel child in public. I mean, he doesn't scream in stores. He doesn't do anything, that would have people looking at you.
Is he in a diaper?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
he will sit. He will sit there. Like if you put him on the potty, he'll sit there and something comes out, something comes out. If not, he's like, all right, I'm done.
And does he have are you guys tied in with therapists or ABA therapy or anything like that? Or how's
Yep.
that go?
So, well, him and his mother just moved into a new school district, so she's going through the paperwork now to get him set up again for ABA. But I use the Gemini program. I don't know if you've heard of Gemini program.
Can you briefly tell me about that?
It's for kids that have autism. It's basically just step by step, like using, like it has like a skeleton of them like actually using their muscles and sounding out words and pointing. It's just different actions, different words, just different terminology for them to like develop their muscles to speak.
Oh, interesting. That's cool. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I found it online and I tried it, and he's still not speaking now, but he'll sit there and watch it for a good while.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Have there been any aha moments that you've had? Sort of mountains that you had to get over and you saw a new light? Anything like that that's happened for you on this journey?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't see him, except on the weekends. So he knows his ABCs. He just can't verbally tell me them. If I ask him, Atticus, where's K? He'll point to it. He'll point to the letters, which for me I thought was amazing because I didn't know that he knew that.
Right.
I mean, he knows his numbers. He just can't visit. He just can't speak them to me. But if I ask him, hey, where's number 9? He'll point right at it.
Isn't that a trip?
I
remember one time they sent home a video from school and it kind of showed what you're talking about.
Right.
And as soon as he got home from school, I remember going and apologizing. I said, whenever I spoke about something like you weren't in the room, I want to apologize because I had no idea what I've said, just thinking that he didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And now I had no idea how much he knows, because it was so shocking. So I think that's pretty far out, and that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Are there other signs of development that you're excited about?
I'm just, well, with the whole COVID thing, I'm just happy he's going to be in school this year. It was pretty much online all of last year, and he doesn't really do well with that. Like he doesn't like sitting still. He likes being around other kids, which, I would too. So I think, I'm excited for him to go back to school, and I know he's excited to go back.
Yeah, that's awesome. Same way, same situation. So how are you caring for yourself? Like, what are you doing for yourself these days?
Well, I'm kind of a workaholic, to be honest. I work a lot of hours. I work in a busy store. When I'm not working, I'm, helping my wife go through her pregnancy and take care of our stepson. And when I have free time, I do play bass. I love playing bass. It's my getaway, honestly.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I encourage you and everybody else to take time for yourselves. I know that I need it. The me that cares for myself and takes time for myself versus the one that gets, goes wall to wall is two different people.
It is.
Maybe not everybody's the same, but what's the best advice you've received that we might share with Naked Parent Nation?
I would say just be patient. Every child is different. They all learn on their own, you know. Just do what you can every day. I mean, every day is a new day, and you never know when it's the last day. So I tell my son I love him very much every day, and as long as I'm here, he knows I'm going to be in his corner no matter what.
I love
And
that.
I'll be here to help him with anything. I mean, I still carry him like he's a newborn. I mean, he's like half of my size already. He's already probably 3.5 feet. He's gonna be a big boy, and I still pick him up and rock him in my arms. And my wife's like, "You're crazy." It's like, he's so heavy. It's like, yeah, but he's still my baby, and he's always gonna be.
Aw, that's awesome, man. That's great. I think sometimes we're hard on ourselves, and maybe just saying I tell them I love you every day is a pretty cool thing to be able to give to somebody. What's the top resource or recommendation? Any resources that you know about that would benefit other parents?
Honestly, I would have them check out Gemini. I just contacted them the other day, and they're actually going to set me up with an appointment with a Gemini therapist, which I'm willing to listen to see if maybe they have any other pointers of things that I haven't thought of, or different techniques on using their program.
Totally. It's great.
I love it. I love the program. It's very educational. It's not just screen time to me. It's not just something you put on just to get them out of your hair for a little bit. It's actually educational. When they say use it, you don't have any other electronics in the room, nothing distracting. It really grabs their attention 100%.
Wow, cool. I look forward to checking that out. So, I mean, it's a question we usually ask, but maybe I'll put it out there to be an intention with you. But what's the next thing you want to add to your list for you? What's the next thing that you're going to do for you? Yeah. To take care of you.
Well, I tend to put myself last. I just, when I do have him, I work with him, whatever he wants to do. I just want him to live as normal as he can.
I mean, so anything you've kind of wanted to do for a while, but you haven't jumped for it?
Well, I got married last year, and we just got back from our honeymoon 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, just become a better bass player personally. I've only been doing it about 6 months, and I try to play about a good hour to 2 hours a night. And
awesome.
It's just, music is my thing. I just love music, and I think Atticus gets that from me because the music is better than the pacifier ever was.
That's awesome. Well, hey, send us a link sometime, and we'll put it in the show notes of from the interview.
Sounds good.
Hear what you're working on. How about what's one thing you'd like? One thing you would, what's one thing you think would improve your life if you had it, did it?
More time, honestly.
Well, besides more time.
Right.
What's one thing you think would make it a little bit better?
I'm not sure. Maybe if I just, if I lived closer to him. Right now, I drive an hour to go pick him up, and I drive an hour back. We're looking to move in the next couple of years. I'd like to move closer to him, just so it's not as much of a haul to go get him. Because I know the drive for him takes a toll too. It's a 2-hour drive down and up, and then when I take him back, it's 2 hours.
Is that something realistic for your family, that you could potentially move your wife and new baby, a little bit closer?
Yeah, she's ready to move, and she wants to move closer too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that works out for you whenever the time is right. So, I want to thank you for jumping on.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Maybe we can connect down the road and just kind of, keep in touch and keep getting the updates, because it's an always evolving journey. And I really love your spirit about all this. You seem very positive and, just kind of open and willing to do whatever it takes. And I think it's inspiring for me as a dad to hear how you're handling raising your special needs child.
Yep. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything, honestly. I mean, if this is how it's going to be, then let's roll.
I love it. Robert, I appreciate you jumping on the call today. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you. You too.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.